Let's make mini paper piñatas for Valentine's Day. Hi, and welcome back to my craft room. My name is Kelsey. I also call myself Dinosaur Mama, and today we are going to make mini paper piñatas with our Cricuts. If you are new to my craft room, then welcome. My goal here is to help you make Cricut projects for free, including this mini paper piñata that has a free SVG file. Now you see I'm kind of holding it in here, and that's because I've already ripped this piñata. So once we are done, you will be able to rip them and have the candy fall out. These are going to be great for class gifts for your kids, and they are so much fun to make. So if you're ready, go ahead and grab the free SVG file down in the description. There will be a link to the blog post, and that's where you can download it. And let's get started in Cricut Design Space. All right, so we have our SVG file here uploaded, and the first thing we're going to want to do is ungroup. And then we're going to take these lines here and change them to score lines. Now, if you do not have a scoring stylus, then you can forego this step by either deleting those or you can hide them with the eyeball. However, you can use the scoring stylus or you can use the perforation tool for this. Just make sure you attach these back on with the paper clip. Once we have that done, you can resize as you'd like. So these are, when I uploaded it, it's at almost 4 inches for some reason. Sometimes they upload different sizes, but you're going to want to resize the entire file, so make sure everything is highlighted. And then I did mine for a total to about 10 and make sure it is locked as well. So what that gave me was about a heart that's 4.5. You can even do it a little bit bigger so that the heart's about 5 inches. And you just go do that by clicking on it after. So I made the whole thing 11 inches. And now our next step is to just add in your text. Now for my final piñatas that I showed you at the beginning of the video, I did just use Cricut Sans, which it's very, very rare for me to use a Cricut font. I usually download fonts outside, but I just used the capital, and then I did like this, and I made sure it was on 2 lines, and it was also aligned to the center. And then you can actually, I don't know why I just did that, hug me. And then all I did was change the color to like a darker pink, which is what the conversation hearts usually are. And I just made sure the sizing was right, so that'll be up to you how big or small you want it. And now you can go ahead and cut this out. I cut mine out with the medium cardstock setting on fast mode, but you can use whatever settings you want. I also cut the hug me out in cardstock, which I sometimes do and I sometimes don't, but I wanted these to look like homemade, which I know they do look homemade, but I wanted to hand glue these on and make it as perfect as I could with just my hands, but I still wanted to give it like that handmade look, and I think it would be extra cute if you have your kids help you decorate these as well. So once you have everything cut out, we can go over and start assembling. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to add on our text. You can, of course, do this last. I'm just doing it first. So I will speed through this because I feel like you don't need to watch me glue it on. I did my best to center it. But I am not perfect, so it does look a little bit wonky, and I'm still happy with the way it came out. So I just used some craft glue. All of the materials and tools are linked in the description in the blog post, so you can find everything there. But that is how we start, by gluing down all of our letters onto one side of the heart. Next, we are going to fold in on all of those little notches, I guess you can say, where we did our score line. So you're going to do that with both of these strips. And these are both the same size, so you don't need to worry about anything there. They are completely equal. And we are going to use these to create our sides. So I have both of them folded, and now I'm going to grab some ribbon. So for the bottom of our piñata, we're going to need 1 strip of ribbon that's longer than the length of one of these sides. So give yourself room to have like a pull tab. And then if you want to add a little notch at the bottom to make it look like more like a ribbon, like what I just did, you can. And we're going to take our hot glue and we're going to glue this in. You can use craft glue. I just feel like the hot glue kind of was more secure with this. And you see I have it the entire length of that side. Make sure it's all the way up. I tried this all different lengths and this worked out the best. So have it all the way glued up, and now grab your side that doesn't have anything written on it. Now you can of course start with the side that has something written on it and just face it down. However, just so that I was aware of what was going on, I used the blank side, and I'm using craft glue and working a few notches at a time and working my way around that heart. Now your ribbon that we have sticking out at the bottom, we are going to make sure that it's at the point of the heart and not in the center of the heart at the top, not where like the two humps meet, but at the bottom poking out. That's going to be your pull tab. And I went with craft glue. I made this with both craft glue and with hot glue, and I felt like craft glue was just the better way to go as long as it's quick drying. Now, if all you have is hot glue, then that will work as well. So I am working my way around, trying to keep this as close to the edge as possible, all the way to the center of that heart. And you see there's like another tab. We did the opposite end with the ribbon. You have that tab. That's how we're going to attach it at the end. So once you have it all the way around, make sure that it is nice and secure and the glue is dry before you allow it to be released. And make sure everything is pressed down and you see you have that heart shape going. Now we're going to cut another piece of ribbon, and this one can be shorter, and we're going to use our hot glue again. And we are going to fold this so it's like a little hook to hang. And then we are going to attach this again to the side that doesn't have that flap. So it's the blank end, I guess you could say, the sharp end, not sharp, the flat end. There we go, the flat end. So the end that is not the flat end that has that little tab is going to go towards the point, but we are actually not going to glue that flap into the other side. You're just going to leave it there kind of hanging. It's mostly there to just catch the candy so it doesn't like fall out the bottom. And it also just makes it easier to cut. That way you're not like, worrying about which side's which. But we are going to glue along the edge the exact same way we just glued the other edge. So using a few tabs at a time and working our way around back to the center of the heart at the top. And you see I pulled my ribbon out so that at the top the ribbon is hanging out so it could be hung if it needs to be. And now we are going to glue the flap that's at the top. Again, not the one that's at the bottom. Just glue this together. You can use hot glue or you can use craft glue, and you're going to just attach those two side pieces together. That way it's all attached all around at the top, and then at the bottom it's not attached. And then don't worry about it, because when you put the top onto it, it's going to be glued down. Nothing's going to fall out of the bottom. So let's go ahead and fill our piñata. So I went ahead and just used some little mini candies and filled it in. And then I think I even went back with some glitter and sprinkled some glitter in, just so when you opened it, you had some confetti. There we go. And now we can add on our top. So I'm going to grab my little top that says hug me, and I'm going to go around with my glue and make sure everything is attached down nicely. So you want to make sure that it's gluing and drying as you work your way around. And see how I'm pushing in on the sides to make sure that it's attached really nice. That is what you want. You want to make sure that, especially at that bottom point, since it's not attached together on the sides, you want to make sure that it's attached on the top close together. And then just use your craft glue or again your hot glue and work your way all the way around, trying to tuck in those sides all the way into that top piece. Just give yourself time to allow your glue to dry. And then don't forget to make this fun. You can make it in all different colors, fill it with all different things, candy, little mini coloring books, crayons. Really make it your own. You can even personalize this with different kids' names in your child's class. I love this gift. I think it's super cute. It doesn't even have to just be for a class gift. You can give these in the office. I think people would be really appreciative of so much hard work that goes into each one. And here you go. When you rip them open, you just pull on that tab and all your candy and glitter comes out. Thank you so much for joining me as we made these mini paper piñatas. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I had so much fun making these. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to give this a thumbs up. It helps me so much. Subscribe if you want new crafty content every single week, and share this with one of your crafty friends who might want to make their own mini paper piñata. Thank you for crafting along with me, and I will see you next week. Stay crafty!